Welcome, everybody. Sportsbook Review. This is the PuckHeads. I'm Mike Brenner, and I'm talking once again with Dana Lane from Las Vegas. Dana, first and foremost, how's everything going out in Las Vegas, and how'd you do last night?
Everything is great. We didn't do as well as we had liked last night. We went 1-2 on the PuckHeads show, but we're gonna go forward and have a good night tonight. And you know, the one thing about the playoffs is it's a learning process, just the way the regular season is. And by the end of the postseason, hopefully you're at a point where you're winning at a 65-70% clip.
Absolutely. And Dana, with that being said, there's some games that just, you know, who could figure? I knew Pittsburgh, it would be a nail-biter. Had a good feeling on Columbus, but I didn't touch the Edmonton game. But my God, 7 goals. Was that an eruption? This morning I looked, and I promise you, I thought it was a typo. Is this team found some life, obviously, after 7 goals?
Well, I don't try to overreact to anything that I just saw. I mean, if you read my write-ups every single day, I try to push that as hard as any other rule that I live by. But certainly if you watch Edmonton and San Jose last night, San Jose just had another gear that Edmonton was unable to match. And, of course, Cam Talbot getting run was not a good sign for the Edmonton Oilers. But every game, Mike, is a separate entity. So that's what happened last night. We're not going to take a 7-0 game and equate it to what's going to happen tomorrow night.
Exactly, and that's why I was asking for that breakdown, because a lot of the people are just running to that betting window thinking, okay,
Yeah,
and I knew that you would kind of help settle them down. All right, let's get started. I'm going to start off with my first pick tonight, Dana. Minnesota has outshot their opponent 117-79, but yet they're trailing and they're in deep trouble. They're 1 for 10 on the power play. I think that there's just no way that these shots will not find their way into the net again. I think it's a must-win situation, and I found it minus 108 at 5 dimes. I'm going to go ahead and ride Minnesota, hoping that they can pull one out tonight. Any thoughts on that, or have I lost my mind?
Well, it's kind of the same situation it was where Columbus was against the Pittsburgh Penguins. I mean, one of the reasons why I liked Columbus last night is I just felt, you know, this will be the most freest game that they will play, meaning they will not have as much pressure as they had in game 2 or game 3 or really even game 1. And, you know, they just went out and played their game last night and, of course, got the victory. But I don't know. It's very important for the Minnesota Wild to get the lead, because what happens when Minnesota is behind, St. Louis has a tendency to pack it in. Now, Jake Allen has been fantastic. The only thing with him is there are rebound opportunities that Minnesota is not getting to. So if that's going to be the case tonight, you know, I can't see Minnesota for 3 straight games not getting to those opportunities. But St. Louis is doing a great job of clearing the puck when Jake Allen gets in trouble. I do like St. Louis in this game tonight because I just have lost a little bit of confidence in Minnesota. And I think unlike Columbus, I just think I don't see an inspired hockey team on the ice.
Okay, head-to-head. I love it. Dana Lane and Brenner going head-to-head. What's the best shop line you got for St. Louis?
Well, we got it plus $1 this morning at Matchbook. And, you know, guys, if you like to bet underdogs, that seems to be the best book out there. They're very generous with their underdog line. So when you're going to SBR picks and looking at the updated odds, I would go to Matchbook to see what their underdog lines are, if that's the way you're going.
Okay, I like it. I appreciate that insight for our viewers. Dana, hit us with your second pick.
Second pick, Mike, we're going to go Washington and Toronto over the 5.5 tonight. And in order for the Toronto Maple Leafs to win this series, this has to be a back-and-forth series. This cannot be a grinded-out type thing for Toronto, because when Toronto's at their best, it is transition back and forth all over the ice. It is not a dump-and-chase, heavy-hitting game. I also think, too, and I don't know this for a fact because the team hasn't come out and said it, but I would expect Alexander Ovechkin to come into this game and just play like his hair's on fire, considering he only had 15 minutes in game 3. And I'm not really sure why your superstar has only 15 minutes. I know Barry Trotz has come out and said, well, you know, basically it's my job to get him on the ice. There's something that is being covered up there. And so for Alex, I expect him to have a tremendous offensive game. And look, if Washington does not win tonight, and I even think if this game is close, Mike, I think that still gives Toronto an amazing edge. And also, if you're looking to bet this series, believe it or not, even with Toronto up 2-1, Washington is still a $1.15 favorite in the series.
Well, yeah, you know what? I got to agree with you. And I was wondering also, there's definitely something being covered up with Ovechkin. And if they don't win this series, I think that team needs to be dismantled from head to toe, front office, all the way through, because it's a jinx. But tonight, I like what you say. I think Ovechkin has the game of his life. I think his hair is on fire. That team better show some spark. I'm taking them on the puck line. I got it plus 227 at Heritage. And I'm not a huge backer in Washington in the playoffs because of their track record. But if there's one they have to win, if anybody gives a shit in that organization, they got to pull it off tonight, and they need to do it in a commanding fashion. So that's my second pick. What was the best shop line for your over in Washington, Toronto?
Plus $1.06. You can also find that at Matchbook as well. I will say one thing about Washington, Mike. This is the second of a 2-year plan for them. If you look up and down their rosters, there are UFAs everywhere on their roster. So this year's crop of Washington Capitals will be completely different than what you get next year. And maybe this group is just tired of each other. It
could be, and that's very well said. I remember when I was young, and this was a while ago, Bobby Clark from the Flyers had a little tiff with Dave Schultz, and that carried on for quite a bit. And finally, they worked it out. But a lot of these guys, the dynamics just do not gel. And when that happens, it often leads to an organization just totally underachieving. All right, Dana, is that your only picks for today, or do you have another one?
I got one more. Anaheim and Calgary over the 5 goals. And the way that these two teams go at it and can't stand each other, and the way that the crowd just carry Calgary for about 40 minutes or 35 minutes in game 3, I think, again, Calgary's going to come out not to use the same term again, but I think it applies to Calgary with the Flames with their hair on fire. I think they're going to come out with a fantastic effort, get a couple quick goals on the board. But with the way that these two teams don't like each other and the physical nature of this series, you have to anticipate a lot of power play opportunities. And so for me, I see this game going way over the 5. You are going to have to lay $1.40 at 5 dimes to get it over the 5. There are some 5.5s out there if you want to shop, but I'd rather win the game rather than trying to chase plus money.
Wow, great breakdown. I really like that. And you are absolutely right. Anaheim and Calgary, there's no love lost between them. That is an absolute beer-popping kick back as a fan and enjoy the game. I can't wait for that one. All right, viewers, you heard it. We're the Puckheads. We're doing it again. Dana Lane and I are on a bounce-back night, and I believe we're going to get it done. All right, Dana, thank you so much, and we will be talking to you on Saturday morning. We're going to continue this all the way through the playoffs.
Best of luck to you, Mike, and I apologize to you and all your viewers for my 6:30 a.m. hair.
It's okay. They don't mind the hair because the way you're talking about people's hair today, hell, your hair might be on fire as well. All right, everybody, check Dana Lane out on Twitter at Dana Lane Sports, and also check out his webpage at DanaLaneSports.com. Have a great day, Dana. We'll talk again real soon.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to our channel. Now, we've put a lot of work into producing all these free videos, so please help us out and keep all our content free for you forever by simply liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Now, not to mention, a visit to our industry-leading website will warm the hearts of all our SBR employees, especially myself. Now, the links are over there to the left, so do check those out. Thanks for watching.